Hecky back on the road this weekend. What can we expect from a clash against Derby County?
A tough game, what I've seen of Derby. They're showing all those strengths that they showed last season when I saw them know how to stay in games, know how to make it difficult for opponents. Not embarrassed to win the games by making it tough and then scoring goals as they did against Bristol, as they did against West Brom. So it's going to be a tough game. And then obviously John's put a lot more firepower in at the front end as well to make them more of a threat. So yeah, he improved it by changing the squad, adding players, but still maintained that toughness, if you like, which they showed last year.
Yeah, I think it's gone well so far. I think looking at the fixtures beforehand, we had some tough home games, tough away games, and to come out, I think, with what we've got 8 points is a pretty decent return. And I think in the majority of the games we've played pretty well. Unlucky to get beaten Portsmouth and then to lose the late goal at the weekend. Probably could have been a few more, but yeah, I think everyone in the building's really happy with how it started.
In terms of those home games specifically, they probably couldn't have been any tougher in terms of teams you faced on paper, with 2 relegated teams and a team that's won 4 out of 4. You must be delighted with 7 points from those 3 games.
Yeah, exactly. I think going into those games, people probably fancied the teams that come down to come and win at our place, but over the last couple of years, I think we've been really good at home. So to get 7 points from those 3 games is massive for us, and it's just a case of trying to build on the positive start we've had and trying to go away from home and replicate the form that we've shown at home.
Like us, they've had a lot of change this summer, and we've spoken about it before. Have you seen that teams that are changing, that kind of transition period doesn't seem to be taking as long anymore? Players are settling in quicker and getting going quicker.
Yeah, maybe. I think he tried to play a slightly different shape in the first game and then gone back to like a back 5, like 5-4-1 without the ball, 3-4-3. But style's been pretty similar. They played up into Morris early and tried to get bodies around those longer balls, and then aggression at set plays and showing a real desire to defend their own box, all traits that they showed last year. So yeah, they've changed personnel, but I think they're still showing the same strengths that they showed last year.
Do you expect it to be a different game from when you went there last year? Because obviously they were desperate for points at that stage of the season.
No, the same. Like I said, style's really awkward. I'm looking forward to it for lots of different ways. It's going to be tough. It's going to be tough. Obviously, our team will be a lot different, and probably will look more different than them. Excuse me, in terms of setup, style, personnel. But yeah, they're not an easy team to play against, as anyone who's played them so far will say. And it's going to be a real test for us, a real test.
You've got to manage games differently away from home compared to at home, and it's a case of just getting the job done in a certain way, or just, I don't know what it is, why we're better at home compared to away from home, to be honest, but it's something that we definitely need to improve on, and hopefully we can start that this weekend.
We go to Derby this weekend. The game there last year was probably not a football classic, was it? But is it a game that you view as an opportunity to go and get 3 points?
I think so, yeah. I think the game last year was, I wasn't playing, but it was midweek, wasn't it? The pitch wasn't great and all that. But I think this year will be different. They've started well, to be fair. They've signed some good players. I think they're a handful, and they make every game difficult. So we're going there knowing it's going to be a really tough game, but also we know that if we're on it, we can come away with 3 points as well, and that's what we're aiming to do.
Okay, there's loaded. Ready? Let's go!
Wrexham so close to beating Borough, I think are a good team and will stay up there all season. And we weren't at our best. You know, some players weren't as good as what we have been so far this season, and so that's credit to us. Like I said, making it difficult for them, staying in the game. I felt when they scored their first goal, we responded really well and took the game to them again. And yeah, those are the qualities which I like. And yeah, it was good to watch it back. And yeah, it was a really good competitive game. I bet it was a good game to watch for the neutral as well as the fans who were there.
There's been loads of change this summer, and the manager said, "Be patient with us, give us time." But I mean, the start almost doesn't add up with that. Everyone seems to have settled in really well. Do you feel that on the training pitch and in games that everyone feels together already?
I think so, yeah. I think everyone that we've signed has been settled in straight away into the dress. Well, you'll see it into the dressing room. Everyone's sort of good lads and settled into the group really quickly, and I think that's reflected on the pitch. There's been so many new players that have been either starting or coming off the bench, and they've done really, really well. And I think going forward, it bodes well for us as a squad and as a club.
You'd had really limited time with Harrison Armstrong at that point, who had obviously only arrived on Thursday after international duty. You've had a full week with him now on the training pitch. Have you seen him kind of embed himself more within the group? And there seems to be a few little nice groups going on with lads getting on as well.
Yeah, certainly today I feel like so it's a week today. He's had a few training sessions, feel more of a part of it, getting to know the players, the lads integrating him into it. And I felt, I could see him being a lot chattier, a lot more involved today, and that's good. That's what we want. Like I said, we were really pleased to get him, and he's going to be a good player, very good player, and I'm convinced he's going to be a really valuable player for us as well this season.
He's added loads of competitiveness all over the pitch. Midfield is the same, but you've managed to keep your spot in there. How are you finding kind of what I feel like is kind of a new role for you? It seems like you're getting forward a little bit more this season. Jason Ewell spoke to us about that he's speaking to you quite a lot. Are you enjoying that role?
Yeah, it's been good so far. I think, like you said, the lads coming in to give that competitive edge, the range of talent we've got in the midfield area this year is class, and it's only good for us as players. It's sort of healthy competition, and for myself, it's just a case of trying to churn out those performances like I feel like I've been doing, but also, like you said, Julie's on to me to chip in with a bit more going forward, which hopefully I can do, because I've been saying it for ages. I need to contribute a bit more in that part of the game, so hopefully that starts. But yeah, like you said, the players we've brought in the midfield areas are really, really strong, and it's only good for the group. Yeah. I think maybe at times last season we lacked a bit of sort of maybe individual flair at times, where this season you've seen so far. You saw Lewis's goal at the weekend. Alfie's come in and done really well. So, and even the likes of Paul and Smudge coming in have added experience and that quality as well. So I think the squad's in a really good place. And like I said, going forward, it can only be good for us.
And in terms of lads available to you, Millie was close on Saturday. You weren't willing to risk him. Is he that step closer for this one?
Yeah, Millie's been training, which is good. And yeah, missed a lot, obviously. So we'll see if we start him or if he's used from the bench. We'll see. We'll make that call.
Robbie or Potsy any closer, or are they still a way off?
Potsy Robbie's not. Robbie's going to be out for a while. I spoke with Robbie last week about it, because the calf injury that he suffered against Chelsea, we knew it was a bad one, but looking at it, and he's been speaking to some surgeons and getting medical advice, the decision was to go and have an operation to help with limit the chance of it reoccurring, which means obviously that the rehab's going to take longer. So he's had the operation and is on the mend, but it's going to be months rather than weeks. And yeah, we've sort of kept that quiet, because it was nothing until we knew which way we were going to go. And I had a chat with Robbie last week. Was obviously, and still is, but got his head round it now. Obviously, we were all really upset that it was going to take this length of time. But everyone's comfortable with the decision and think that we've done the right thing, and Robbie's on the mend now.